Welcome once again to A.O.S Abroad. Thank you so much for joining today's episode. I hope you get value from everything we are going to discuss today. And today we have yet another wonderful, interesting topic we want to deliberate on, which is moving to Canada at the age of 40. Like, is it really possible for you to relocate to Canada regardless of your age at the age of wasn't like when you have just clocked 40? Is it still possible? Do you still have some pathways you can use to relocate to Canada? So today we want to deliberate on some of those um chances you have, some of those programs that you could use to actually relocate even at the age of 40 plus years of age. So I'm Aziz from A.O.S Global. Thank you so much for joining those that I'm seeing online. Okay, I see Abdul Kudus from TikTok, which says I'm interested. Okay, good. If you're interested, stick around today as we're going to be discussing how you can relocate to Canada, um, even if you are 40 years and above. How can you help me? We can help you if you actually get to learn how to go about your immigration. There are different ways you can use to relocate to Canada, and we're going to be talking about the exact pathways that you need to know and you need to actually use to relocate to Canada, whether alone or with your family members. So, if you want to relocate to Canada, by yourself, just by yourself, without any other person, or you want to relocate together with your family members, then stick around today because we have just some things that we're going to be deliberating on, we're going to be discussing, and definitely you are going to benefit from it. So, that being said, something about immigration is that information is very crucial. The more information you actually have, the better your chances. You understand? If you don't have the right information, or perhaps you even have the right information but you don't use it, then it's not going to benefit you, right? There are lots of people that would always say, yes, I'm interested in moving to Canada. Oh, please help me. Some people will say, okay, I'm ready. I am ready to get started. But when it comes to them now taking the first step to relocation, they are going to go take a step back. And the truth about it, as I do always say, is that it is not the lives of people that will help you that will get better. It's your own life that will get better. So if you don't take charge of your own life, at the end of the day, you have nobody to blame apart from yourself, right? So, okay, Sadiq Adisa says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, gone are those days when people will just come online. Sometimes I always see online and people will just be saying free visa, free visa. Well, there are some countries that give free visa, no doubt. But I do always tell you when you are coming to my own channel and I'm talking about immigration pathways, me, I'm not talking about anything free. I'm talking about something that you would either use your time to do, so you have to actually devote time to work on your immigration, or two, you are also going to even spend your money to it. So you spend your time, you spend effort. There's nothing free here. We don't do anything free. We don't talk about anything that you are not going to make effort on, because we don't do any too good to be true Canadian immigration pathways. We are not like people that at the end of the day, people now say they scam them. But when you ask those set of people, how did you come to Canada? Or what exactly did the person say to bring you to Canada? And say, the person says it's free, it's free, it's free. That's why I always tell people, if you don't pay with your money, you don't pay with your effort, you pay with your body. Because there are some people that are also taken as slaves in Canada, as taken as UK, as slaves in UK, slaves in the US. There's what we call contemporary slavery. If you don't know now, even as we are in Canada, as we are free, as we have liberty, as we have freedom, we can do anything we want. You understand? There are some people that are not as free as we are in Canada. Yes, we're in the same Canada, but some people are being exploited, some women are being raped, some women are being killed, sadly, and some are actually getting to suffer the brunt of free. You understand? The brunt of something to be too free. So please, I always like to give you the right expectations here. At A.O.S Global, we don't have anything free. We don't have anything just sponsorship. We don't have anything, please, let me get there first. When I get there, I'll not be working on my immigration. No, Canada itself. Canada itself will collect money from you before you come to Canada. So I don't know where some people always see it from. Though I always see people advertise they will say come to Canada free, there's free visa. I don't know about it. So I cannot say it is either it exists or not. What me I know is what I'm talking about here. You understand? I don't know about it. Don't ask me anything, just sponsorship or anything free or anything. Okay, when I get there, I'll not be paying small. Because me, I didn't do it. And it is what I did I can say. What I did, I paid for it. What I did, I took exams for it. I had to go and take English exams, French is what I did I can talk about, right? What I didn't do, I can't talk about it. So nobody should ask me, okay, just sponsorship, please help me. When I get there, I'll be paying. Me, I didn't do that. I spent 6.7 million naira for my own immigration. If you're not willing to spend, no problem. You can go to those people that are advertising free, right? So today we want to talk about how you can immigrate to Canada when you are over the age of 40. Okay, I see Abdul Kudus says, I have passport and I am 28 years. That's good. I was 28 years when I relocated to Canada, but I did it myself. Number one, I didn't pay an agent for it. That's why we always advise people, you can do your immigration yourself. Someone sent me a WhatsApp message today saying that they are saying free visa, Canada free visa. I said, me, I did not know about it. I will not say what I did not know. I did not know about it. I can never say if it is true or if it is false. I don't know. That's what I will say. So I'm not saying I know, and I'm not saying I did not. I'm not saying it exists. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. What I know is I did not know. The one me I used to migrate to Canada for it, even though I did it myself, it was 6.7 million naira I paid on my own immigration. So if you're not ready to pay, you can go get the free visa. There's some people that are looking for free, no problem. You understand? But yeah, what we are talking about, all the programs we're going to discuss with you today, it requires you to pay, even if you are above 40 years of age. It requires you. How much will you pay? That depends on your own particular scenario. If you want to learn more details about that, you can visit our website, aosglobal.org. There's a travel small to Canada package there. On that website, once you visit that website, we are going to first of all require you to fill a form. It is free to fill the form. After you fill the form and they check the exact program you qualify for, then by our immigration consultant, Kesu Immigration and Settlement Services, they are going to show you how much you would pay, all the processes you are going to do, and how you would get started on your immigration. Right. So that being said, welcome to those that I'm seeing that are joining our live session. Really appreciate you for joining. If you have any questions, always ask questions. If you have, okay, someone is saying that I really want to talk to you about this travel. You are here right now, Mr. Sodiq Adisa. If you have any questions, ask. I'm afraid of traveling agents. It's very. That's why I always tell people in this live session. I did my own immigration myself. I did not pay anybody for my immigration. As an Ijebu boy now, I'm an Ijebu boy, so I can't go. But that's why I always tell people you can do your immigration yourself. In fact, we have free materials, free resources. We do give to people free. If you go on our website, aosglobal.org, we can't do visa free for people, but we can give them free resources to go and read themselves, to go and access themselves. They don't pay anything for it. They get it free and they do their immigration themselves. Because me too, I got some of this information free online. I didn't pay for it, right? So I can give you free resources, but I can't do free visa for you. You get, I can't do free visa for you. That one is not possible. I can give you free resources, free books that I've written, best-selling books. Though the people are paying for it in Australia, in the UK, US, because I'm a published author. I write books and I make money from book sales in Canada. People in other countries, first world countries, Canada, US, UK, they pay me for my books. But Nigerians, one of the ways we can help ourselves is to give you free resources. Just like when me too, I was working on my immigration, I got free resources online, but I did not, nobody gave me free visa. When I was working on immigration, nobody gave me free visa. You understand? I paid Canadian Immigration Office for visa. I went to go and write exams and I paid. In fact, I failed exam 3 times. I failed English exam 3 times, French exam 3 times. I paid for each of those exams. So it was not handed to me on a platter of gold. It was not handed to me as it was not my inheritance. Because some people always think immigration is their inheritance. It was not my inheritance. I paid for every single thing I did. You understand? It's very important to, because some people think maybe me I'm Santa because December have come. I'm not Santa. You get? I'm not Santa. Even my brother, my family that are working on their immigration, they are also paying for it. If you are not ready to pay, no problem. Nobody will force you to pay for immigration. You understand? But if they take you to Libya, they say they are bringing you to Canada, like the woman that reached out to us, that say since 7 years ago, agents told her online that there's Canada opportunity. You want to go and work in Canada, it's free, it's free, it's free. Passport she did not get. They do free passport for her, do free visa for her, they do everything. You understand? They now take her go airport. From airport, she enter. Normally, when me I was coming to Canada, that's the exact thing that's the exact way I went through. I went from Nigeria to Egypt, Cairo, and from Cairo I took a flight, a connecting flight from Cairo to what? To Canada. I paid for the flight ticket. It was not free. But for the woman's case, she did not. They say it was free. You understand? They did passport for her, did visa for her, did everything for her. Last 7 years, 7 years ago matter is what we are seeing here now, that she reached out to me and was telling me. She now said she got to Egypt, connecting flight she no see. But the same agent that help her, that's why some people say they are scared of agents. The same agent that help her was not taking her from one family to another, say okay, you have to go to this family and work for nanny, go to this family, say the money that I used to bring you to Egypt, you have never paid it. Finish. Just like the people that are looking for free things, I say when I get their work and pay back. I say no problem. The woman was telling me a situation that pay they were now taking her from one family, she would do nanny in one place, the other boss they went to go and meet, that one was doing child care, they have been doing house help. From house help he come to bed help. Because he say she get big yansh, he get to bed help. She was helping the man to in bed anytime the wife is not around. He turn to bed help. That's the best way I can say it. At the end of the day now, for 7 years, she never finished pay travel agent and she never come Canada. We don't want those kind of stories for our own. So we don't do anything free. We can give you free resources, you do it yourself. You understand? But if you want us to do it with our immigration consultants and lawyers, these people are professionals. They will collect money for you from you. If you cannot pay them, we'll give you free book, free resources, free materials to work on your immigration. So now that I've talked about the disclaimer, let's now get into what we want to discuss today. So Adisa said, but since the day I set my eyes on you, I believe in you. My brother, my sister, a lot of people have believed in us like that. And we always, that's why sometimes we like to give disclaimers anytime we're coming on live. Because these disclaimers will help us when issues now come out. Because see, let me tell you, some people have come in scam before, some people have come in fraudster, especially when it comes to money. Tó bá ti wọnú ọ̀rọ̀, there's no how you become scam. You understand? Some people don't want to pay. Some people don't like to pay. Some people, if there was one person that paid 500,000, that we say, okay, do travel small to Canada package. She thought maybe it was 500,000 that will bring her to Canada. That actually I paid 500,000. I said, okay, it's your 500,000 that you pay, I'll be collect it back. Abi, tówó bá ti kúrò lọ́wọ́ ṣebí kò sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. So please, we always like to give disclaimer in our live session so that you understand things. Me wey I pay 6.7 million naira, we now wan help person come Canada, e now pay 500,000, e think say na 500,000 go bring am come Canada, take your money back. Tó bá ṣáà ti gbowó ẹ̀ kò sí any issues mọ́. So please, we don't want people that think it is a platter of Canada. There's a reason why these countries are strict, because they cannot just be accepting anybody anyhow. The last time I was on live, I was talking about the skills people need to learn. I was talking about another situation of a man that was reaching out to me. You say you want to work in Canada. Which skill do you have? You say you can do anything. Once you can do anything, that means you can do nothing. That means you are useless. Because nowadays, skills that you need to have, you don't have tech skills, you don't have you say you can do pong, you can do construction, you can do which skill that, yes, there are some construction works that are available in Canada, no doubt. But what I'm trying to say is you need some skills that are just above the average, because everybody is into construction, so the competition is fierce. The competition is much. You understand? So to get a job in that kind of place is more difficult. And if you ask that kind of person, how much do you even have for the so-called job offer that you say, or the work permit that you say you want? You say, I thought it's when I get there I'll be paying small small. You understand? I thought it's when I, so shey us who gotta knock airline door wey call our client say when I come, when when he come to Canada, we take him to Canada for free first. You understand? When he come into Canada, he will be paying your money back small small. I go take Virgin Airline, I be Egypt Air, I be Turkish Airlines. But if you now come to Canada, you be paying small small. Imagine. So it is always very clear. It's always good to inform people beforehand. Immigration to Canada is possible. Immigration to Canada is not for everybody. You know, one of the biggest mistakes I did when I first came to Canada is that I thought maybe immigration was for everybody. It was a big mistake. Oh, let me just tell you now. I thought immigration was for everybody. That was why sometimes when you are so passionate about helping people, you go and help friends and family. You think maybe you're helping people, but you realize it at the end of the day that you can spend millions for people to work on their immigration. But if themselves are not serious about immigration, no matter what, the village people will still want them to be in Nigeria. No matter what. 2023, I learned that the hard way. No matter what, if you want to help people but they are not ready to help themselves. Let me give you an example. I told you that in this live session now that when I was working on my own immigration, it took me 3 exams. I failed English exam 3 times. It took me French exams 3 times. The whole exams I wrote and the diploma result I got was 8 in number to work on immigration. Some people think to come to Canada is just that time. I was versing too when I was going to go and write exam. I say àwọn British council lè làwọn people yẹn jàre. Wọ́n kàn ń gbá wa ní àwa táwa Nàìjíríà tá ti ń sọ èèbó pé èèbó tá à ń sọ ló sọ pé every time tá à ń sọ. I was vexed pé wọ́n kàn ń gbá wa ní wọ́n kàn ṣe kinní ni, but ìwọ tó you that want good life, you do not want to work for your good life, abi? It's just like my friends, some of my friends that were in Nigeria at that time, they were still in Nigeria happily now because it's not me. I know to say like Canada is not heaven. It's not heaven, but it's better than some places for some people, not for everybody. You understand? Especially people that say they are interested, they're interested. Please help me, or please, I am ready. Once I see they did not put action into their words, I say they are still enjoying Nigeria. Yeah, so because you will enjoy Nigeria if you don't take action. You understand? If you don't take action, it just means you are enjoying Nigeria. Those that are not enjoying Nigeria are those that are taking the action, those that are ready to spend on their dream to come to Canada. Those that are there. See, let me tell you fact too. I will tell you fact now. Everybody has their own pathway for greener pasture. Some of you, your greener pasture is okay, leave it alone, just like I did that time. I go Lagos. Yes, it's just like one of my friends that told me, okay, maybe Ilorin people are disturbing you, they are spoiling your business, they are collecting tax from me. Why don't you go to Lagos if you to Leon? You know, so maybe I'm more Jebuni. Oh yeah, go Lagos now, go to work there. I go Lagos. You get some of my friends who go Lagos like that. When we say till today they are still in Lagos and they are doing well. They are doing well. It's not a matter of anything. But me, when I got back to Lagos and I saw, oh boy, this is not the best that can come out from me. This is not only the best. I decided to take steps to work on my immigration to Canada. I decided that why will I come to Lagos and I have to be staying back at my daddy's house? You understand? In a long, at least I had my own place that was 3 bedroom flat. You understand? Business was not doing well, but at least I was managing myself, right? But how will I now leave 3 bedroom and I come to one shared, those who face me, I face you. And I had to go back to my father's house. And of course, you are still, no matter how you go, you are still a child to your father. So, but by me, it was at the end of the day, if you also play over familiarity breeds content. Abi, when there's over familiarity too much, wey be say ìwọ tó ti ń gbayì tẹ́lẹ̀ when you were not at home, tó ti ń gbayì, pé people are already seeing you, they are already looking at you pé okay, my brother, even though he's not comot for Nigeria, he still dey Nigeria, but na long e dey, he still dey help himself, he still dey sort himself out. But as I enter Lagos, na here I know say, oh boy, if you don dey father house, na then they go remember say, okay, àbúrò ẹ̀ ń bọ̀ o, wàá máa kó gbẹ o. You understand? Pé okay, wọ́n fẹ́ drop key bí báyìí o, àwọn míì lọ sọ́fíìsì o, wọ́n fẹ́ drop key o, tó bá ti dé wọ́n bá gba key wọn o. Àwọn little little things just to let you know pé okay o, at least if you are shy here you go useful. Little ìwọ̀sí díẹ̀ was coming in. Little ìwọ̀sí, just they will just put it to you small, you sef you go just kasara, you understand. The time you say okay bá mi lọ ra ọta, yes, as a child you are meant to respect your parents, you are meant to do some things for them, you understand. But when it now comes to that, you are doing it not because you are being dutiful to your parents, but you are doing it because your life is now becoming a life that ṣé bí mo ṣe máa dàgbà lélẹ̀, èmi tí mo dẹ̀ ti ń gbó tó jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kémi náà máa set up family, ṣé inú family house náà ni máa set up family sí? This was my life o. Ṣé inú family house, is it inside my family house me too I will now go and give birth, I will go and marry, and after marrying I will now be giving birth inside my father house? That's when I decided okay, anything you go collect, you are go do immigration. That's why it took me time. I always say my story. 2018 was when I started immigration. I did not move to Canada until 2023. 5 years. I did not move to Canada until 2023. That was me, that was less than 40 years old. Someone that is now above 40 years that still want to leave Nigeria. He thinks it is good. Or it thinks it's platter of good. It thinks it is just free. But what on? They are distributing free visa. They are distributing free visa for everybody. It will take you time, it will take you stress. If you are not ready to hear the truth, no problem. Our channel is not for you. Our channel is for people that are willing to what? Are willing to take. There are people that are willing to hear the truth. If you are not willing to hear the truth, no problem. Our own channel is not for you. You understand? Immigration is not easy. It's not easy. Let me tell you the fact. It's not easy, and it's not for everybody. It was a big issue, a big discovery that I discovered after trying to help people, that I knew that immigration is not for everybody. It's for selected few that are willing to be, you understand, they are willing to put their money where their mouth is, willing to work on immigration and not let the fact that you may not have money for the immigration completely. It's just like people that will be telling me, tell me the full amount that I need to work on my immigration. You are not yet serious, name. You are not yet serious, because if I look at most of us that time that came to Canada, it's not that we had millions in our account that wanted to use for immigration. We didn't even know the balance. We didn't know the budget for immigration. Okay, this is how much immigration will cost me at the end of. We didn't know. It is you that you are not serious most times that will be asking full budget, especially when you are talikania. You are not millionaire, you are talikania, you are asking full budget. Full budget where they tell you again, you say you get back. You are not serious, name. You are not serious. At the end of the day, it's those same people. There are so many of my friends that they always wanted to know the full details. You tell them full details today, leave them. 6 months later, they will come back. You understand? 2 years down the line now, we be say I don't do Canada. You get some people will be say they are still telling me I'm interested in Canada. I still won't come. I still want Kini. What have you done? Nothing. I remember in my academy that time, my language academy. Many of our staff, I had 9 staff that were working for me that time. 9 staff. I say, because I wanted, if you are doing something that has sense, you are doing something that you see that can help people. You too, you want to call people now. Well, it's not that you are selfish. But I realized it that the more you were calling people, do immigration, me too, I'm doing this thing, do it, let's work on it together. You will realize it that there are some people, enuloni wall action. Enuloni, na mouth they get, they no get action. Now mouth, it was only one person, which is currently my wife. It was only that time. She was my secretary that time, my receptionist. She was staying in the reception. She said, no. Say, even all the teachers where I get, where they work for me that time, say, them the day school. Some of them get family. And in fact, it's even family that are meant to take it more serious. It's even people that you understand that are meant to take it more serious. She said, no, those ones, they are settled already. He said, we be say she dey do jam by life for 4 years. She no get admission. When she get admission 1 year like this, she don't see her name for list. She don't happy. She won't go cyber cafe, make she go print the list out, say okay, she don't get admission. Before she go cyber cafe, they don't remove her name. They don't remove her. Imagine the decadence and the moral degradation in Nigeria. That's what we are saying. How can you give someone something because the person not killing you, remove the name fast fast, you replace am with another name. The issue, she talk say okay, e be like say God no want me after 4 years of staying at home, after finishing secondary school, no be say she no book. Na jam bar one. Okay, she comot for commercial class, she go do WAEC again for science class, say make she okay do nursing o. At the end of the day, when we now started immigration, they give her zoology. She now say wo àti zoology àti jambu àti post jambu, I no dey do anything again, make I dey go Canada. She was serious. She didn't have passport like some people too. She went to go and get passport. We did not pay. It was hard. I use her money to do passport. Some people do not. Some people want to come to Canada, but common passport they don't have. And you think you think it's those are the same people that they will take to Egypt. It gets some got another person wait tell me say na Libya e dey. He won't go UK, they take and go Libya. Now Libya it is all these days. They say UK self no easy. You understand? To go UK self no easy. You don't dey Libya for 2 years now because people are looking for free. That's why I always tell people in our own place there's nothing like free. There's nothing like free visa. There can be free resources, free book, free things to learn about immigration yourself. But you do it yourself. You get? You will do it yourself. So um okay, I see another person actually saying Shegun Oluyinka is saying, can I send you a DM, brother? Of course, you can send us DM. Don't mind me. The thing I've been saying, I just wanted to clear some people. You can send us DM. DM is very, very it's free to send. You get once you are serious, we'll respond to you. For those that are willing. Can you hear me, Mr. Aziz? I'm Aziz, not Afizo. I can hear you, sir. Oh, I couldn't hear you rather. I can't hear you, but I can see you. I can see your comment. So I'm up in the box. Can you see me? Yes, I saw you before. Don't mind me. I was meant to even talk about it, but I didn't later talk about it. Can 8 million take me to Canada? 8 million can for some programs and 8 million can't for some other programs. So it depends on the program, gongo, or the visa pathway. We have 5 kinds of ways you can come to Canada. You understand? There's a study permit. Study permit, 8 million. If he bring you come, but he no go let you stay. You get if he come with 8 million, but if he say you no go fit stay if you do not pay more for your tuition fee to school. You understand? Visit visa, of course, 8 million. In fact, it too plenty safe. It too plenty. If you take you go through visit visa. When it comes to work visa, yes, it can if you get a job by yourself in Canada. If you don't get a job by yourself and you're looking for other people who get a job for you, it may not take you that far to Canada, right? Asylum, again, many people when they come to visit, okay, may they come through and seek asylum. Yes, 8 million fit do am if you are working with government law clinics, if not a lawyer that you get by yourself, right? Permanent residency, as I said, 6.7 million na me I spend that time. But again, 2023 to even now is different. People are spending more than that right now to work on immigration. It's just like people that will say, I don't get the money now, I don't get the money now. Say, can I'll get back to you. I say, no problem. The next time you come, now so it always happen. Now so some people they are always getting back. The next time you come to, that money will not be the same. It will be different. It will be, in fact, most times it's always more than what you said was expensive that time. When you come another time, it will be more expensive than that. And that is why at the end of the day, some people, as I said it in the beginning, they can never travel to Canada. No be swear, no be swear, because it is a revolving door. A revolving door. The door of it was expensive when I chatted with you that time. Now it is even more expensive. It will be more expensive. It will keep on getting more expensive until they realize that it is not about the money, it is about your zeal. How determined are you? When I was working on my immigration myself, I spoke to one man that time when we say, I say, okay, please, I need job in Canada. He said, man, I go bring 2 million. I said 2 million, okay, I don't get the money. Oh. I was telling him, I didn't have the money that time. Oh. The man don't even, he don't even disturb me, he don't even talk to me after that. But at the end of the day, when I meet you and I did my own immigration myself, that I did not pay anybody, when I now spent 6.7 million, now I realize, say, oh boy, I asked him around 2019, 2020 about visa. He quoted me 2 million. 2023, when me I land, when I calculate everything at 6.7, that's like times three. So it shows that the more you keep procrastinating, the more you keep saying it is expensive, the more it will keep on getting expensive. The more, because even your naira value in your country is getting expensive. The money wey you dey use dey buy pure water last sum, pure water, that time 5 naira when I was in Nigeria, abi 10 naira sef. Now no be 10 naira, no be 5 naira again, na 20 naira. So the more you keep procrastinating, the more you think say it's expensive, looking for what is the full budget. Okay, let me first save to get the full budget first before I start. You are whining yourself, because the full budget you know today, tomorrow e go change. The full budget wey you know today, tomorrow e go change. So imagine you having mindset say okay na 8 million, 8 million this year, you now go gawk am, you no start with the little you have, even if na 500, even if na 1 million, shebi that's why we say people should do travel small small. You no start with that one, you go dey look for 8 million, you now get the 8 million next year ending. Next year ending now come, you now say okay na 12 million now o. You say okay, let me first go and get the 12 million. You see, you are whining yourself. That is how you keep on doing it, keep on doing it until you go grey in Nigeria or in your own country. When you now go grey, when your children are now asking you, like one of my friend was telling me that he was now asking his father, when your mates were traveling abroad, sir, daddy, what were you doing? That question is a rubbish question o. Is a rubbish question. But when people were traveling abroad, daddy, when they were giving their children better life, daddy, what were you doing? A deep question. But me, I was not telling that my friend. I said the question you are asking your father, that you think maybe it is you that have sense. You get that same question that you're asking your father now. If you two do not take action to work on your own immigration, because you are vexing for papa wey don live im own life. The question that you are asking your own father now, if you now did not take the action you are meant to take on your own immigration yourself, your own children, your unborn children wey you dey think say okay you wan marry now, your unborn children too go ask you that question, and even more than that question. You get, your unborn children go ask you, because now it's a generational thing. You don start am. You don start am, you don dey start, you shebi omo bere bere, you no question ask. Your own children go now ask you say okay daddy, we even know say grandpa e don old, e don kpai, let's say e don kpai, but you wey you still dey alive, you wey be say you just marry, you wey be say you give birth to us, wey you dey take us go kini, when people dey travel, when your mates too dey travel, wetin you dey do? But you just dey there, just dey give woman belle. They go talk pass wetin you talk for your own father. You get, they go talk pass wetin you talk for your own father, if you too you did not take action. Because people like blaming. I remember when I was in Nigeria, me sef, I joined them, I blamed Buhari that time. When I was in Nigeria, I was blaming Buhari. Yes, now I say bad governance, bad care, okay, especially that time when COVID first struck, that there was lockdown. I say even palliatives, they go, they hot palliatives, bad government. I try dey vex. I dey blame government. But I just realize, they say whether we like it or not, those people's life don set. Whether we like to hear it, sometimes people don't like to hear reality. Na falsehood they like to hear. You blame Buhari, okay, no be even Buhari dey there again, na Tinubu. Any government, any president wey you get, any governor wey you get, then they go do their own, they go leave, they go embezzle wetin they wan embezzle, they go comot. If they no comot, that's why I like God. If you no comot loworo, death go come, you go kpai go, abi you go kpai go. But the question is, people that keep complaining about government, you too sef, that same death wey go kill politician, if they no go lower, if they no go easily, e go kill you too one day. So the question is, do you want to die like fowl in a country that don't even know you, or you want to die in a country that will even, you understand, that will value you, a country that before you even die sef. I remember when I was coming to Canada, where they tell me say palliative, oyinbo people wey dey stay for oyinbo land. I remember my brother for US, my cousins, for my uncles for UK, They no want make palliative, I mean make COVID-19 stop, because they were not working but the government was paying them. The government were paying them. They were not working but they were going to like our own ShopRite that time in Nigeria. They will go pack food. All those ShopRite people were not giving money from the government. The government gave them, okay, per family, this is the amount of amper. Like just like Christmas has come now. That time it was hamper they were giving people during COVID-19 time. Okay, yeah, take it to practice social distancing. Oh yeah, collect your own hamper, they go your house. You know what I'm saying? If they do that kind of thing for Nigeria, I go vex. I no go vex, I go dey pray for my country. You get? They were giving them hamper. Say okay, oh yeah, go. And after that, they go see money inside their bank account again wey government don send to them every month. The one time they were saying one country give them every week, because they already know how many people are in their family, so they were just giving. My brother in the US was saying it, he was praying that COVID should not even end. That time wey us we dey suffer for Nigeria, wey be say I do academy, I say make students come learn, but because of pandemic all of them don go house. No student to teach, no money to make. That was it. No student to teach for me, no money to make. Ebi pa. Garri, I soak garri tire. You get? Because there was no money. There was no money to make. When my own brothers, that was when I realized it. If they say, just like my brother was telling me in the US, go Canada. I yes, say Canada even easier pass US. Go Canada. Me, I dey think say send the owó fáwọn akáwọn gbádùn owó Nàìjíríà jàre. But when I see say omo the suffer na real o, no be small thing. Where I see say it was not that he was telling me to go to Canada because he has something to benefit. It is me myself that had the most to benefit. That's when I knew, okay. E be like say make I no do myself again. When they are telling you come to Canada, no be say no be say some people life don set already. Na your own life e remain. Na your own life e remain. You get? So the guy said it's because of our bad people back home. Okay, so the guy, I'm a driver and I'm a forklift operator. Good, nice. Follow good. Well, any skill you have to be determined to work on your immigration, no matter your skill. And you have to be ready to make payments, whether to the Canadian Immigration Office, you understand, you have to be ready to be able to pay for your redemption. Ìgbàlà ìlú òyìnbó no be for free. Na for Nigeria wey be say ìgbàlà ọ̀fẹ́ ni. Ìgbàlà ní ìlú òyìnbó tó bá jọ̀fẹ́ ni, forget seriously. Before you sef you know, people go don enter plane, they go don come here for free. Everybody. Everybody go don come. The country go don full. The country go don full. They put all these barriers, all these checks and balances to see those that are very, very determined, to see those that will not make excuse, those that are ready to actually do what it takes to get what is necessary. Do you understand? That's just the thing. So let's talk about how to immigrate to Canada when you are above the age of 40. Let me tell you a fact. Some people will complain. Age is above me. They say, okay, if I'm 40 years, I cannot move to Canada. Sit down there. Sit down there. May your friends, your family, may they enter. And you know Nigeria, kukuba jeko. We spoil for one thing. Wey be say, when them they work on their immigration, they no go say pam. They no go tell you shingbai. Now when they get visa, in fact, some people say if they go get visa, they no go tell you anything. Now when they don't land, when they don't land, when you don't see them, now they call you with international number. You go just international number, they call you. I be sometimes say some people don't even worry about international number. You go just see them post on Facebook. Or now even TikTok they win. They go just post on TikTok. We thank God, Johnny Messi. You just see Johnny Messi. Thank God, I don't arrive. I don't show. I don't dey Canada. That's just what you just see. Because why? They were realistic with their immigration. They knew nothing good comes for free. They knew nothing good comes for what? Comes for free. I always tell people, if you don't pay with your money for immigration, you pay with your body. You get one person where I watch an interview where he talk say if they come for Canada, even people that are going through trekking, there's some people now. You get one of my friends will tell me say, shey I know where they dey do medicals for Brazil, abi to go to Brazil. When they don dey tell me, ask me that question, I don't know, say, oh, na those set of people wey be say they wan enter Canada illegally. They wan enter through, you understand, go Brazil, enter Costa Rica, enter Panama, from Panama to Darien Gap, the jungle wey dey between, you understand, Mexico and Panama. And for Panama they go enter from Mexico go US, from US, you understand, they go enter Canada. Yeah, so some people dey trek to come to Canada o. As you wey be say you wan come Canada, you dey think say how you go pay for flight money. Some people, nothing concern them with flight money. Oh, some people they trek come. You understand? Like the story where I hear for online, where that one they tell say you get many of them like that we start the journey. You understand? The one where we say when they enter jungle, we snake bite, we come out, we buy go. You get one where we say all this, what do they call it? All these jungle mountains, wey be say e dey climb mountain like this, wey just sleep, leg sleep like this, e fall, break head, die, go. E get one wey be say na customs for like Nicaragua, in Panama, all those countries, all those backward South African countries, na im dey see, dey say, where you wan go? Dey deport am go back im country. Imagine wey be say you don suffer pass jungle, pass. E get some people wey dey talk say they go see river like this, they go wan pass river, na im they go just see crocodile. Crocodile go just dey smile to them. Oya come now. You understand? All these things I'm saying, sometimes it's not funny, but you have to be value your life. Value your life. Na Africans and Asians I see say na dem dey travel pass illegally pass for this world. Yes, I know some people fit dey suffer for where dem dey, and suffer pass suffer, yes, but ọ̀nà àpọ́nlé, as my brothers always say, ọ̀nà àpọ́nlé dey wey be say you go fit use enter Canada, ọ̀nà àpọ́nlé, legal way. But people don't like to go through the legal route, or I will say it another way, they don't want to make effort to come legally, even though it will take time, but they want fasting that will not risk their life. Fasting that it will not just only risk the money, you understand, that because of course, even I was hearing one time when they were interviewing one, they say, okay, that jungle wey una dey go, but all those people wey dey, all those link connection wey dey take you, all those human smugglers wey dey take you, omo, they go dey do am for free for you. You say, free bo? But some of them are paying as much as $10,000, 20,000. I say, 10,000, 20,000, to move illegally. When we say you no get visa, you no get passport, they don't do passport for you, they don't do visa for you. You say yes, so say na that connection, they go just dey help you, they take you for enter bus, you understand, enter boats, you understand, from boat enter. He say 10,000, he say yes. He say dollars, he say yes. I say so all these things, you no even cheap sef. They say no. They say if you do not even pay, worse still, some of those human smugglers, they fit best sell your wife. You say, shey na kini? You say yes. You say some of them they rape them for inside jungle. I say you say some of them, the children out of the family wey enter, they fit sell them to slavery. I say I was not hearing all this. They were doing it. BBC was taking the kini, CBC marketplace too. All this Al Jazeera, all this top kini. If you check it now, just check it. Contemporary slavery by United Nations. Contemporary slavery in Canada by United Nations. They have talked about it. Especially, they say the target, people that they are targeting are people that are coming illegally, or people that want free. You understand? People that want free. Just like the people that they are targeting. But okay, maybe if you not go pay with your money, maybe say you want come Canada, you fit pay another way now. Your body dey there where they go use, right? You got some people where they go inside farm now, maybe say na farm that they use, they exploit them. You understand? They go just pack them inside farm. Say, they work. The money where they supposed to give them, maybe like $12 per hour, they no go give them. Now agents go they collect money. You they work. Monkey they chop. I mean, monkey dey walk, bamboo dey chop. Imagine, monkey dey walk, bamboo abi baboon abi wetin dem dey call am, e dey chop. So you be the monkey, na you go dey work for farm for Canada. Na another person go dey collect the money. Yeah, imagine they were even doing the interview. They were saying even common ATM card, they did not allow those people because once you don submit your passport, you know all those kind of opportunity, you go submit your passport. Ne? Our immigration consultant wey be say e dey help person, never for once has he collected people's passport. Your passport is your property. Some people no know wetin passport dey be sha. Passport, international passport, it is your identity, it is your card, it is your own identification. You must not give another person lawfully. The only person wey you fit give is visa officer wey be say okay, you wan see am, use am stamp visa on top of your passport. That's all. And they will just collect it temporarily. But once travel agent now dey tell you say oya bring your passport, I say they don lock you. Some people dey say na only woman with good kidney dey lock person. In fact, man sef dey lock you. Travel agents go lock your destiny, lock everything join. Say shebi na you dey look for free. Oya. You say common passport, they dey collect am. I mean common ATM card, they will do ATM card for you in the new country, in Canada, in Egypt, where they take people, Libya. You go now dey work. But shebi you don sign contract say okay, once you dey work, you go dey pay back. You understand? You go now pay. You understand? They go now dey collect the money. You say you hungry, you shaking, they go give you nonsense food chop. Shebi na you say you wan work. Shebi that time we know 19 gbogbo our forefathers, they go dey take them from Africa by force. They go dey take them from Africa by force. Chain them. You understand? Chain them, put handcuff, sheke for their body. But now, the contemporary slavery, na your passport you need. You no need sheke for your hand. Once you don collect your passport, don collect your ATM card, your financial details, otilo. Na otilo dem dey call am. You understand? Otilo. You go just, that's why some people shebi get one woman wey we say we see for wetin dey call her Dollarama, we pay kini wey dey work one time. No be Dollarama, I don forget that place. Shoppers Drug Mart abi. One of those offices abi one of those stores. She say she don dey Canada for 4 years, she never get paper. And I dey look say, oh boy, you never get paper. How you come? You say just sponsorship. I say okay. Okay, the just sponsorship, how much you dey make? You say no be Yoruba woman o, say Joke abi wetin dey even call her name that time. Yoruba woman wey be say she don dey Canada. That time wey she dey talk say 4 years, me I just land for Canada for 2023 new. You understand? So now that it's even 25, she for don dey Canada 6 years now. She don dey Canada pass me wey me I just enter. But she never get paper. Me wey just land don get paper. You understand? Me wey just land don get. So it's not about even just going to a country anyhow. It's not about just getting visa. How did you get your visa? That is the main thing. What did you do to get your visa? How e happen wey be say the visa wey dey give you, shey na visa for Kombale, abi visa Isonu? You no get one Yoruba singer that time for Nigeria, even though me I no like all those kind of stunts. They go say má ṣorí ẹ̀kẹ́ fún mi kò ṣorí ṣàdánwò mi. Some people na only ẹ̀kẹ́ dey do for them. Instead make they get good visa, they get visa Isonu. Right? Now, at the end of the day, what we are saying is we are not doing any visa Isonu for anybody. We are not doing visa wahala for anybody. Visa double problem, we no dey do am. We want to educate you. How can you immigrate to Canada when you are over 40 years of age? It's still possible. Some people think say after 40 years, their luck for Canada don kpai. It's a lie. It's still possible. It is possible, but the truth of it is it requires your effort. It's not just sponsorship. There's nothing like just sponsorship. There's something like just sponsorship, mind you. But it is not that you're just going to be expecting one company from anywhere to sponsor you without you doing anything. You to have some money that you have to pay. You to have some exams if it is a program that requires exam. There may be some exams you have to take. If you are not ready to take those things, don't bother to reach out. You get? Because Canada right now, they say skilled workers in their 40s and those that are older than 40s, 50 years of age plus, there are several viable pathways to Canadian permanent residency. You know, I talk say you get plenty ways people dey use dey come Canada. Yes. When they say you are immigrating to Canada, you are coming to stay here permanently. That's the concept of immigration. There are some people that are coming to Canada temporarily, wey be say they just dey come ferry. Na all those people wey dey come like visitors, ferry. Except if they switch their visa o when they later land o. Or people coming through study permit na ferry náà nìyẹn, temporary. Through work permit sef wey get 1 or 2 year contract na ferry, na temporary. You understand? The only one that allows you to stay here permanently is Canadian permanent residency. And there are several pathways. Keep following our live session. There are several pathways you can use to come to Canada. There is no, see, let me tell you something. There is no shortage of the ways you can use to come to Canada. There is no shortage. Canada has over 80 different programs, more than 80 different programs you can use to immigrate to Canada. So the question is, it's not that there are no programs. The question is, how ready are you to make sure that you use that program to come and you don't be complaining? You don't be pushing blame, because some people will be pushing blame to travel agents. That's why I always tell people, before travel agents scam you, you have scammed yourself. Yes, so I will tell you the fact. Before travel agents scam you, you have scammed yourself. How? Very simple. Because the right ways, the same online wey some people dey come, wey be say they go use dey take people as slaves, they dey use dey traffic people, they dey use dey suffer people, is the same online wey legit pathways dey. You understand? But people, anything that is too good to be true. I was saying on one social media, one person's social media handle, that was saying, these hotels will give you free visa, just come to Canada. I said, okay. You know, most times once some of those opportunities come, or when some of those things, when we see am online, me I no dey always dey too bother myself, because I know say the people wey enter abi the people wey be say they dey look for am or dey get am, na im dey go come tell the story later on. You understand? We no need to dey kekini. People wey see am, people wey do am, na im go wan come back again tell the story, how the story be. You understand? Na many of them dey always interview, say shebi dey talk say na free, how come wey be say you now dey talk say dey scam you? You understand? They no fit scam you when you no pay anything now, abi? Yes o, literally, especially when you no pay any money. They cannot scam you for your money, but they can scam you for your body. They can scam, especially women. Women are the ones that are more vulnerable to these things. Women, they are the ones. Men sef, they e get one woman wey dey do interview for, wey dey talk say, as they dey traffic women for sex, dey travel them, dey sell them to brothels, dey sell them to ashawo house. Na so they dey also traffic men for hard labour. Shebi na you talk say you wan work, no problem, you go work tire. You go get work, e go tire you. E get one person wey talk say for the interview, wey be say na 18 to 20 hours e dey work per day. 18 to 20 hours na im dey work. E now talk say im back don, as in im back don, for farm e don suffer. E talk say e no wan work again. They say no, na you talk say you wan work. The work wey you suppose do, you never do am finish o. The unless all the money wey dey use bring you come Canada, you gats pay everything o. Say shebi na contract, you talk say you go work for 2 years, you never work finish for 1 year, you talk say you don tire. No. Na you wey be say you now talk say you wan work, na you dey beg employer say you no dey do again. Imagine, na im tell he talk say he no dey tell the employer say he no dey do again, say make dem give am im passport. They no wan give am. As you wey you talk, shebi you talk say you wan work, how come wey be say you na, some people no dey know say anything that is too good to be true, e get something under. E just like people wey be say they dey go dey do ogun owo for Nigeria. You want better life, but you wan go colorful way. You understand? You now expect say there no go be repercussion. You understand? There no go be consequences. How come? You think say na fairy tale wey be say people dey do, The person wey wan help you think say na just na Santa Claus kind of thing dey do. You understand? Na Santa Claus, right? So what we are saying is there are ways you can come to Canada legitimately through the Canadian government, not through agents. You understand? Through the Canadian government that you will be able. Ṣẹ̀yẹ ló ń pè mí yìí o. You will be able to legitimately enjoy your stay in Canada if you come the legal way. You understand? If you come the legal way, people that come the legal way, see, I've been in Canada for 2.5 years, my brothers and sisters. And I can tell you for free, let me tell you, the 6.7 million naira wey be say I thought say I spent for Canada immigration, I don make pass that money from the government alone of Canada o. And it's not even about the money. Forget about the money. The peace of mind you get in a country like this, a first world country, money no fit buy am. Number one. Number two, the so-called free electricity, even though you are paying for it, but the truth that the fact that it is 24/7 light, wey be say I no dey disturb myself say, oh boy, make I go dey take power bank. Just like the story wey I dey always talk, common story. For over 1 year, 1 month, no be 1 year, 1 month, more than 1 month wey I dey Canada, wey I enter Canada afresh from Nigeria, I still dey hold my power bank wey I bring come from Nigeria. I was holding it káàkiri until one of my family friend now tell me say, oh boy, which country you think say you sef you dey? I say na Canada. He say na Canada you now dey take power bank káàkiri. You understand? You know, sometimes it was that wonderful sister that was not telling me, "Hey, once you leave Nigeria, make sure that Nigeria leaves you." You understand? Make sure that the mentality of being a Nigerian leaves you. Don't be thinking Nigerian when you are in a country like Canada. How will you be taking power bank, holding it? You say, should in case they off flight, should in case. Are you thinking backward? You understand? She was the one that was schooling me that you can't be holding power back. It's an insult to the country. Why will you be holding power back? Me, I don't know. Legitimately, as innocent as I was thinking maybe they were off light. You get, since I've been driving in this country, good roads, you will see good roads. Yeah, so e get some roads wey be say, in fact, in Nigeria na one of the best roads. Before you know, they don retire the road. No be say the road don get potholes o. Before e get potholes, they don retire am. I no be wondering, this road when I come yesterday, it was not that bad now. You understand? You see that you now be looking, ṣé kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n waste o? You know mentality, oh boy, Nigerian mentality fit affect person o. You understand? I go now dey, na me go now dey look, dey ask myself question, dey answer myself. Hope is not that they are wasting money like this. They are retiling the road before the road gets bad. But I never see any pothole now. Why are they now retiling the road? Why? Like, this money that they're using to retire the road, can't they use it for something else? Yes, it is me that I'm not saying it, but it is me that I'm not looking. Should they tell you say they don't get money? Now me they respond to myself say they thought they don't get money. You understand? Say now your money that they use, it's me that will be responding to myself. You come from Nigeria, you think say how Nigeria they do, how people just they die for road anyhow like foul due to accidents with potholes and everything. You think say that so these countries want that kind of thing they happen for their country. You understand? So I'm the one that will not be responding to myself. Well, you are in a better country. You have to understand that the way they do is not like the way Nigerians do. You understand? It's not the way. So let me tell you, immigration to Canada, even above 40 years of age, is possible. The only thing is it requires effort. It requires time. People that want to come to Canada at a certain age, you don't need a rush. You don't need a rush, because if you rush anyhow, now those kind of set of people will be say they rush anyhow enter. When they now enter, now they go now they tell people for Nigeria, elule o, Canada. No be say they tell me before, Canada na scam o, Canada na this o. But if you now ask them how you take come, na im go now dey hear the story. How you take come, na im go hear the story. You understand? So it is true, of course, it is true that older skilled workers, if you are 40 plus years, 50 plus years, it is true that you face a disadvantage when it comes to express entry. Thank you, caller comes. Thank you for following our life creator. It is true that it is difficult for people once you are above a certain age, 40 plus, 50 plus, for Canadian Express Entry, which is the Canadian federal government flagship application management system for immigration outside of Quebec, in which the comprehensive ranking system score, the CRS score, awards the most points to candidates aged 20 to 29. Those that have maximum scores for express entry are within the ages 20 to 29. But my people, that does not mean that if you are 40 years plus, you are 50 years plus, even 60 sef, you still fit come Canada. Do you understand what I'm saying? Canadian immigration is still possible for you. But the truth about it is, it takes effort. It takes people that are serious. So Cesar, it takes people that are serious. Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. You would take little baby steps to come to Canada. It is always better to come legally and to enjoy the perks of being in a country legally than to come illegally and put your life on hold because you can't benefit from what the country has to offer. Canada is not heaven, but I sure tell you it is better than some countries. And for you to enjoy how better it is, you have to come lọ́nà àpọ́nlé. You have to come in a way that you will be respected. You have to come in a way that you are going to enjoy every bit of your journey to the country. You will not just come and be a pawn in some people's chess game. You will not just come and be, you understand, be seen as someone that they can discard anyhow. Do you understand? Because if you are older, if you are 40 years, 50 years, you can still achieve success. Oh. Even in express entry, which is the main permanent residency program for Canada. However, especially if you qualify for category-based draw, you understand? Or if you obtain a provincial nomination, you can still come to Canada even with that age. Let me tell you a story of one of our clients, Mr. Oladimiji. Okay, that one even came through visit visa. It didn't come through permanent residence. He's in Canada now. You understand? He was almost clocking 50 years of age. But that is not even the person I want to use. I want to talk about Mr. Patrick. Yes, Mr. Patrick. This man, his wife, I remember that time. They were fighting. Sometimes when you want immigration, that's when you know that, see, it's not joke. Sometimes your spouse that you think, okay, it's love is love. When it comes to pay decision of pay, I want a better life for my child. I want a better life. I want the sufferness wey we suffer for Nigeria, me our children no suffer am. You go see sometimes even parents, even spouses, they go dey vex for themselves when one person no want to take better life serious. I remember that time when I was teaching Mr. Patrick French, because he saw that his opportunity to come to Canada, it lied on him learning French. When the spouse, the wife too, got to realize, well, he was one that had better advantage of becoming the principal applicant, but he needed to learn French. And we started teaching him French. Sometimes we not attend class. It was the wife that was doing like timekeeper, that was doing like headmaster, that was making sure the man said, wait, this thing, now do or die. Our family must get better life. You understand? All our friends, all to them, they are traveling to Canada, traveling to UK. Also, we must have our own success story. This thing I'm talking about, it was like 2022. But the truth is, they were determined to make sure say their own story changes. They were determined. It's not that they will see picture online, other people, their life getting better and their own. See, they were determined to ensure that they got that provincial nomination by the province that selected them, the province of Manitoba. You understand? But they had to do more. The wife had to do exam, the spouse, the husband too had to do exam, and this husband had to learn a second language in order to ensure that they brought the family. Most times, something that I've realized is people are not willing to wait for few months or up to a year to do something. But they will now go and make a huge mistake that will now make them actually waste 5 years, 10 years of their life because they came in the wrong way. There's a story of one person that came into Canada. He came in through study. If you even have the money for study visa, no problem. If you have the money that, okay, yes, you are coming to school and you already have the money for your tuition fee. Yes, you are $10 brother. You are Patrick Obiagbon sister. You understand? Are we? You are you are Tinubu cousin. You have the money to say which one is school? Oh, collect the 50 million naira, Jerry. You the school will collect. They no go disturb you for school fees again. But you that did not have the school, the man he paid me that time 2023 when we landed. He came into Canada as a student. He left his wife, he left his children in Canada, in Nigeria, because of course some people they don't always want to get advice. They think yes, every time consultants, lawyers, they think to work with them is waste of money. I say okay, no problem. They did the immigration themselves by family support, friend support. You understand? They just did it. They enter Canada. The man now enter school. The school where he enter, he no fit pay tuition fee. All those ones now dey send letter say if you no pay tuition fee you go lose the admission you go do this you go do that and the man say okay you no go loss. Go and apply to another school, a cheaper school. He enrolled in that one. He dey continue for that one. He now enroll in school. Class, you no see money go. Admission, those ones still don dey ask for tuition fee. You no see money give them. At the end of the day, kaba for Olegun, the man was so scared when they say okay his visa don wan dey expire he has been in Canada for months. He couldn't go to school. He was looking for work. He couldn't see work as a student to be able to sponsor himself. You understand? At a point, he had to also get sick. He wasn't able to even move. At the end of the day, when the child get better, before I know, the man he don deport himself back to Nigeria. I say, oh, he no fit dey stress himself on top wetin he no fit survive for. He had to leave Nigeria, I mean leave Canada rather, to go to Nigeria. I say he has even missed his family. With all dis thing wey Canada dey do, he no see job. Because some people don tell am for kini wey okay come in first once you come in you can now look for job and through that job you be doing jama to pay your tuition fee, to pay your kin. But they did not account for the fact that yes, some people get jobs. Yes, some people, but you have to go to school first. You have to start with tuition fee. Like you have to pay part first and fully enroll, fully get started. Go fully, you understand? Do something first. They think maybe it's just as people are coming, they enter. You enter finish, you no fit do what is expected of you as a student. So he lost the opportunity, he lost the visa, he wasted the money for ticket, the main money for ticketing, wasted the time, worked on immigration. When I was not talking to one of the family members, now so you are really just he say, see, there are some people, he say, the woman was not saying it, that she just realized it. There are some people that they can help, you understand? But if they themselves are not willing to help themselves, you can just do your little best to help people. If those people are not willing to help themselves, no matter what, they will still lose the opportunity. So don't be like those people. Even if you are old, even if you are 40 plus, 50 plus, there are ways for you to fire ballet in your home country. Get visa that will give you a Fokonbale. Not visa that you now come. You now have to be fighting battle of I want to stay permanently. Or you will be fighting battle of hey, my visa is soon expiring. Fighting battle of hey, What is up? Okay, I should pay tuition fee. If you don't have the money, the gbese that you go and enter wey be say e go even worse pass when you even dey Nigeria. Avoid it. Avoid it o. So let's talk about the pathways people that are 40 years can use to immigrate. It's possible, as I said, to immigrate 40 years old, 50 years old plus. There are other pathways such as number one, Atlantic Immigration Program, AIP, and other various federal pilots that do not consider your age at all. They don't consider your age, whether you are 40 plus, whether you are 50 plus. You no concern them. There are also some provincial nominee programs, PNPs. The streams have age limit requirements. There are some that have age limit requirements for PNPs, and there are some that don't have age limit requirements. I've talked about two programs now. Atlantic Immigration Pilot, though the Atlantic Immigration Pilot may require you to get a job in Canada first. But the provincial nominee programs, the PNP streams, there are some that do not require you to get a job offer, right? So in this article, we are going to cover getting selected for a category-based job or securing a provincial nominee program or provincial nomination through what? Through the express entry. We're also going to look into qualifying for a base PNP stream, and we'll look into applying to the AIP, Atlantic Immigration Program, and we'll look into immigrating through a federal pilot program, including the home care worker pilot and the newly announced rural and francophone pilot, right? Now let's take it one by one. The number one, which is the flagship program, the express entry program. Now, for the express entry program, this is the primary way in which the federal government of Canada welcomes economic class immigrants settling in Canada, which is outside Quebec. You understand? And under the express entry, you cannot apply for express entry or for permanent residence directly. You must first receive an invitation to apply, which they know as the ITA. That's the first thing. You have to receive that ITA first before you can apply for PR. And when you create what we know as an express entry profile, you are given a comprehensive ranking system CRS score. Once you are given that score, you enter the candidates pool if you qualify, and you are ranked amongst or you are ranked against other candidate profiles. Now, this is the tricky aspect of it. The Canadian government, the Canadian Immigration Department, periodically hold draws, which is like invitations, in which they invite the highest ranking candidates to apply for permanent residency. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that it's not everybody that creates a profile for express entry that they will select. Understand it. The higher your CRS score, the greater your likelihood of meeting or even exceeding the cutoff score for a round of invitations and receiving that invitation to apply for permanent residence. In addition to factors such as your work experience, your language proficiency, your level of education, you are also awarded CRS points for your age, how old you are. You're also awarded points for that, right? Now, please note again, they stated that under the CRS system, the highest number of points is 110 points, which is awarded to candidates between the ages 20 years of age to 29 years of age. Let me tell you something. Please understand it. There are a lot of people that are 20 years to 29 years of age that even if they get points for their age, they will still not qualify for express entry. It happened to me. It happened to me. Let me tell you the fact. If they don't have the other requirements, language proficiency, they don't have work experience, they don't have level of education, or they even have it, but it is not up to the cutoff, they will still not get selected. And there are some people that are older than 20 to 29 years of age. that Canada will like to have them, but they may lose points on the age, but they may get points on other things like language proficiency, like work experience, like what? Like level of education. Some of you already have masters. Some of you are 40 plus of age, but you have ONDI and HND. You are hot cake. Some of you already have PhD sef join. Hot cake. Some of you just NC and bachelors you have. Hot cake. But those that will be finally selected to come to Canada and to immigrate permanently are those that, even if they are hot cake, they now work towards their eligibility. Because some people can be hot cake, but if they did not work on their immigration, if they did not take it serious, they will never be able to move to Canada, right? So once you hit the age of 30, 30 years of age, however, IRCC starts awarding fewer points incrementally for each passing year. So let me tell you, one of the best times you can work on your immigration is within the ages of 20 years old to 29 years old. But even if you are 30 plus, you understand, or you are 40 plus, or you are 50 plus, it's still possible for you if you are serious enough. At 45 years of age, you will no longer receive age related points under the express entry. So the table below details the exact CRS points awarded by IRCC according to applicant's age. If you are 17 or less, you get 0 points. If you are 18 years, you get 99 points. You are 19 years, you get 105 points. If you are 30 years, you get 100. If you are 20 to 29 years, you get 110 points, which is the highest. If you are 30 years, you get 105 points. You are 31, you get 99 points. 32, 94 points. 33, 88 points. 36, 83 points. Or 34 rather, 83 points. 35, 77 points. 36, 72 points. If you are 37 years, 66 points. 38 years, 61 points. 39 years, 55 points. 40 years, 50 points. 41 years, you get 39 points. 42 years, 28 points. 43 years, 17 points. 44 years, you get 6 points. And when you are 45 or more, you get 0 points. So note, you need to write off your chance. Okay, they said you need not write off your chance with express entry simply for being 40 plus years old. You can still find success immigrating to Canada through the what? Through the express entry system by doing one of the following. Number one, qualifying for a category B. Number two, getting a provincial nomination. That's one of the things that we always tell our clients that are above 40, above 50. It's still possible for you to move to Canada, but the truth is, you have to be serious enough to make it work for you. Some people, no matter what, sometimes money alone cannot work on your immigration. You need effort. You need to do something. Because at the end of the day, it is you that will benefit from the good life. It's you that will benefit from the good life. So it is you that have to take yourself much more serious on working on immigration. Don't just leave it to another person. Take charge of your own life. So number one, you have to get selected in a category-based draw if you want to still move at the age of 40 or 50 plus. Because pursuing an ITA for permanent residence, PR, through IRCC category-based draws may be one of your best bets if you are worried about having a low CRS score due to your age. And this is because you can be invited in a category-based draw with a significantly lower CRS score than other draw types such as the Canadian Experience Class CEC draws. Now, to date, there have been 6 category-based draws in 2025. Okay, that was around July. Now it's even more than 6. The CRS score of the lowest ranked candidates invited through these draws was 379, and the highest score was 510. The category based draw, if you look at table below to gain an understanding of how these scores compare with the highest and the lowest CRS score across the PMP and the CAC draws that have taken place in the. So the current six categories established by what IRCC, which is one of the major French language proficiency. I cannot overemphasize this program enough. This program is a program that this category is a category that if you are serious enough, I've been explaining, I've been emphasizing on it. If you are serious enough with learning French, even if you don't know French, learning French to take the French exam. So if some people are looking for guarantee, one of the ways you can guarantee your immigration, even if you are 50 years of age, 40 years of age, is to learn French. Some people are 40 years, some people are 50 years, they say they cannot learn French, but they now come to Canada as students. They say they want to go and be doing masters, they want to go and be doing bachelors, they want to go and be doing postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate, they want to be doing PhD. I say, okay, no problem, well done. If you have the money, why not? Do it. You know book, abi? Or be you want to know book, go to school like that and spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Spend as much as 25 million, 30 million naira, 40 million. If you have the money, no problem. But we are talking about those that don't have the money. If you don't have the money, tens of millions of naira to learn French, if you are serious sef, e no go reach 1 million. If you are very serious with it, it will not reach 1 million wey you go use learn French. You no go spend up to 2 million wey you go be say you go get the certificate, and you be like hot cake when you are coming to Canada. They will respect you more than someone that know English like Patrick Obiagbon. You understand? That know English faleti, but is not in demand because it doesn't fall into an occupation that Canada wants their professionals to come into Canada for. After French language proficiency, we have healthcare and social services occupations. Are you in healthcare? If you are in healthcare and you are young, or you are not even young, you are old, you have 40 to 50 years, but you have years of experience, in fact, decades of experience, 10 plus years of experience, you max out your language score for English because you still did the English, whether IELTS or CLP or PT, right? And you get also the science, or you are into the science, technology, and engineering and mathematics occupation, the STEM occupations. That one, though, I don't think they have even picked anybody in this year for STEM occupations. But trade occupations, you are maybe plumber, you are electrician, you are mechanic. These are in-demand roles. Agriculture and agri-food occupations. You are into agriculture, you are a laborer, you are a supervisor. You understand? You are someone that can actually work in the farm, in the farms. You are in demand. Education occupations. If you are coming in as a teacher, as a teacher assistant, these are roles that are in demand in Canada. Not just any house rule. It's not gas filler rule. There's nothing like that in Canada. Immigration is not in demand. So IRCC regularly holds category-based draws to supplement other round types, inviting candidates to apply for permanent residency based on criteria such as their language proficiency, their French language proficiency, based on their education, or based on what? Their occupational specific work experience. Again, if you want us to look into your program to see if you qualify for any of these pathways that we have mentioned, whether French, whether healthcare, whether education, whether STEM, whether trades occupation, whether agriculture, click on the link aosglobal.org on our website, on our bio rather. Once you click on the link on our bio and you go to our website, you see Travel Small Small to Canada package. From there, you can click on the link and we can, once you fill the form, there's a form that is there, fill the form, and once you fill the form, you'll be able to look into the program you qualify well for. So if you were to, for example, improve your French language proficiency and meet a NCLC level 7 in all 4 language abilities, you would qualify for IRCC's category-based draw targeting French speakers and would have a good shot at receiving an ITA in an upcoming draw, even if your CRS scores were in the high 300s or low 400s. Now, I've been saying this thing for years now, for years. And this is what CICnews.com websites are also saying. French is a gateway, is a pathway for you to come into Canada. And we can teach you French at A.O.S Global. We can teach you French. Just go on our website, aosglobal.org. Fill the Travel Small Small to Canada package. Let's see how serious you are. Get started with it. We have seen people, if they are very serious, within 4 to 6 months, you can learn French. Seriously. And Canada, once you are a French speaker, you are hot cake, you are in demand. They will pick you before they pick someone that has PhD, that has English, has masters, has 10 plus years of experience, but does not have French. I'm telling you. Similarly, if you have at least 6 months of work experience in one of the qualifying national occupational classification NOC codes for the occupation based draws, which within the past 3 years you have a chance of receiving an ITA through an upcoming category based draw, whether be it healthcare, whether be it agriculture, whether be it education, whether be it trades, whether be it what, whether be it the STEM occupations. Aziz, that's my namesake. My namesake is asking, are you in Montreal? No, pas encore. Je ne suis pas à Montréal. I am not in Montreal. Je suis à Ontario. Je vis à Ontario. I live in Ontario. I live at Ontario. So if you want to know, I am at the capital of Canada, Ontario, not in Montreal. Il y a beaucoup de personnes ici qui habitent à Ontario aussi. Il y a beaucoup de francophones et francophiles qui habitent à Ontario aussi. So there are a lot of francophones and people like us learning French, speaking French, teaching French that live in what? That live in Ontario. It's not all French speakers that live in Montreal. You understand? A lot of people live across Canada. Even though I got selected as a French speaker, I got selected to come to Canada as a French speaker. In fact, it was two provinces that selected me. Two provinces selected me when I wanted to come to Canada. The province of Quebec selected me, and Montreal is in Quebec. But also, the province of Ontario selected me and my spouse, to come to Ontario. And because Ontario is where everything is happening, that's why we chose to come to Ontario. We chose to what? To reside in Ontario as the best province. For me in Canada, is the best province. I may be biased, but it's the best province. For me, that's just it. So, but if you want to come to Canada regardless, you are not qualified for history, or you are qualified, but you also want to, because we don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to immigration, just like how I did. When I was coming into Canada, I actually submitted my profile to 4 different provinces at a time because I don't want any stories that touch. I wanted to apply to all the programs. I wanted to create profiles in all the programs I qualified for, so that if one program doesn't select me in one province, another one can select me. And that's exactly what happened. Because I applied under Saskatchewan, I applied under Prince Edward Island, I applied under Ontario through the Express Entry and British Columbia and the rest of them. I also applied through what? Through the Quebec Skilled Worker Program. Out of the 4 programs I created profiles in, 2 of them didn't select me. 2 selected me. 2 invited me. And when I saw that, okay, 2 invited me, I could choose. I could choose between them. That, okay, which one did I want to go for? And I later chose what? Ontario. So that's why I always tell people, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Work on 2, 3, 4 different programs. It is legal to work on or to create profiles in 2, 3, 4 programs, especially if you qualify for it. You understand? So later on, if they now choose you, you can now decide the one you want to what? Use to submit a full application, right? So that's exactly what I did. And that takes us to securing a provincial nomination. One of the pathway that I used to move to Canada securing was through securing a provincial nomination. Because all provinces and territories in Canada, except Quebec and Nunavut, they participate in what we know as the Provincial Nominee Program, which is the PNP. And there are over, as I said, over 80 PNP pathways that may lead to what? Permanent residency. There are so much. There are so much. So instead of fighting for the program you don't qualify for, you have to look into the programs you qualify for, because if you receive a provincial nomination through an express entry aligned enhanced stream, you will be awarded an additional 600 CRS points. My brothers and sisters, if you are awarded that 600 points, it's only village people. You will most likely actually get your permanent residency in Canada. You must update, of course, your express entry profile to indicate that you have received a nomination, a provincial nomination, and this will maximum of 600 additional CRS points, which greatly increases your chances or your rank in the candidates pool for express entry. And receiving this 600 points, it boosts your points significantly and also increases your chance of receiving an invitation to apply for permanent residency in an upcoming entry draw. And this will qualify you for what? For the PNP draws. Once you receive an ITA, you can then apply to the what? To the federal government of Canada for the Canadian. That's what I did. I first applied under the Ontario province, the province of Ontario. When the province of Ontario looked into my application and they said, yes, I qualified through their program, I was handed what we know as the provincial nomination certificate and the letter. It was that I now used to now apply to the federal government of Canada. And with that, the federal government of Canada what approved me to come into Canada with my spouse. Right? Consignation PNP stream. You will need to ensure you meet what? You meet both the federal express entry requirements and also the DC's requirements. Okay, Bionic Holmes is asking, is it human capital priority stream? Well, just like I said, the Ontario province that selected me got to select me through speaker skilled worker stream. That was the program I got selected in, because I said it initially that I speak French. You understand? I even teach people French. That's my job. And then I had to take French exam, just like I took English exam. I took the both exams. I took both the IELTS exam for English, took the what the French exam, the TEF Canada exam for French. I didn't pass it immediately. I didn't pass IELTS. I didn't pass TEF immediately. I had to write them three times before I passed that. And that's what I always tell people. See, you never fail on immigration until you give up. If you give up, now you fuck up pass. If you give up, I always talk about a story of Mr. Okay. This man, one of the clients that we have had that persevered most is part. He didn't just give up and say, I have applied for visa. Before he even came to us, they have applied for visa personally and through their family. He and his wife, they applied, they got rejected for their study permit. Right? But see, it's you that know what is pushing you to work on your. If you are just thinking of it, my friends are in Canada, me too. It would be nice for me to be in Canada. You are not serious. So immigration is not for people like you. It's not for people like it's for people. They are not doing it for show. They are doing it of course. Say, my life depends on this thing. This thing, I must come to this country because I want to better my life. I was saying it. I wrote exams three times, right? English and French. This man did visa for himself, for his wife. They were rejected like 4 times. Some people think this thing is play. They were rejected like 4 times. The last time he now did it, he now got approved. The wife came. It was even the wife that first got approved, not even him. Oh, not him. The wife first got approved to come study in Canada. This year, that was even as at 2023 when the wife got approved. We were still working on the man's matter up until this year. This year, from 2023, imagine someone working on immigration for 2 years. The wife got approved 2023 to come study. This year, when the wife now finished school, she now applied for permanent residency for her husband and her 3 children. And Canada selected them at once through these provincial nominee programs that I'm talking about. You understand? They had the opportunity to come after the fourth to fifth attempt of working on immigration. Some people are saying this thing do or die. See, it depends on what you want. It depends on how you are determined to come to. You see, I was telling people that I was teaching in the class, the French class that I do, the French program I do teach. And I said, see, let me tell you, if I myself, I didn't fail exams, the French exam 3 times, and got to now set up a program that gives you higher chances of succeeding at one sitting. I may not have the opportunity, I may not be here today. Do you understand? If I didn't go through those failures to learn what is good, to learn what is right and what is wrong, to learn that, oh, this is where I made mistake, oh, this is where my own students must not make mistake in, to make sure that I developed a program that if you follow through, you will succeed in the exam in one sitting. I may not have had the opportunity to come to Canada. It may have all been story. It might all be, you understand, dream of coming to Canada. But because I persevered to make sure that I don't want to be like the person that my friend said that he's asking his father, what was the father doing when his own mates were moving to abroad? And I don't want to be like my own friend too, that asking his father that same question, that at the end of the day, if he too doesn't take action now, his own children, his own unborn children too will ask him, when people were traveling and making success, where were you? Where were you? Right? So take action when it matters most. Learning French may be the difference between being in Nigeria and you being in Canada. You understand? Taking some exams, maybe you being in Nigeria and another person being in Canada. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if we look at the enhanced PMPs program streams, they may follow either an active or passive consideration process. What is an active consideration process for those? This active consideration process can require either submitting an application to a PMP or entering the PMP's expression of interest pool. I remember when I was working on my own immigration, I entered the expression of interest pool of Prince Edward Island. I entered the expression of interest pool of Saskatchewan. What that means was that I created a profile under each of their websites. Do you understand? But the passive consideration process means that you will be automatically considered by the PMP on the basis of your express entry profile. The other one that got to select me, which was Ontario, the province of Ontario, I just had to create my express entry profile, and they were the one that looked into my express entry profile and saw that I qualified for their what? For their own PNP stream. So further consideration processes for provincial nomination typically fall into one of 3 categories, which you can view it. Consideration process, where the province will automatically consider your candidate based on your express entry profile, which I said, example like Ontario. If you have selected that province in your application, should you meet the eligibility criteria of that particular province in Canada, the province may send you a notification of interest through the express entry system. And with this notification of interest, you can then apply for what? Provincial nomination, like in the case of Ontario that I did. But when it comes to the active direct application, one, you simply submit an application directly to the PMP, and if successful, the province will issue you a nomination. That was the one I did through the province of what one, right? But there's also an active EOI pool. You submit an EOI in the province's online system to be considered for nomination. If you are selected, you will be sent an invitation which you can then respond to by what? By sending your application for nomination. So the active direct application I did was through Quebec, but the active EOI pool I did was through what? Through Saskatchewan and Prince Edward Island. So when you submit an application or an expression of interest, you understand, to a province for an express entry aligned stream, you will typically be expected to include what? Your express entry profile number as well as your job seeker validation code. Now that's for enhanced provincial nominee program. Let's now look at qualifying for the base PMP stream. Each province in Canada participating in the PMP has their own base streams, meaning they are not aligned with the express system. They are not linked to the express entry. So if you pursue permanent residency through a base PMP stream, you need not qualify for what? For express entry. The majority of base PMP streams do not have eligibility criteria pertaining to age. They don't look at your age when it comes to base PMPs, and inspiring prospective candidates to qualify based on solely factors like your work experience or your education or your language proficiency or your provincial connections or even having a job offer if it is a job offer stream for Canadian immigration. Do you understand? Now, there are some PMPs that may have additional requirements for maybe like settlement funds, which is proof of funds, or exploratory visit, like the one that I think Alberta does. You need training credentials, or they may say you need support, an employer that will support your what application. Now, notably, you have to note certain base PMP streams do impose age as an eligibility requirement. You understand? Though this isn't commonplace, it isn't common in all PMP. The streams that do consider age typically necessitate that you either be at least 19 or to 21 years old considered, or be under a certain age, usually between 55 to 59 years of at the time you apply. So for example, if you look at to be considered for Nova Scotia's skilled worker stream, you must be between the ages 21 years of age. Similarly, only those aged within 21 to 59 can apply to Newfoundland and Labrador's skilled worker category, which is the non-express entry stream. So further, there are some certain streams that require you to obtain a certain number of points, typically 60 points, to be considered. In such cases, you may be scored based on factors such as your age, your language proficiency, your work experience, your education, and also your adaptability in that province. So if the stream you are interested in is points based, you can often benefit from being below a certain age. However, being over a certain age will not, if age is not a primary eligibility requirement, will not automatically disqualify you if you obtain enough points, other factors. So what they are trying to say basically is, even if age is not, language proficiency may be on your side. Work experience, years of work experience on your side. Education may be on your side. Adaptability may be on your side. So base streams follow one of two consideration process, which will be outlined by the province, including either submitting an application directly to the province or entering the province expression of interest pool. That's the two ways. And if you are nominated through a base stream, you will receive a nomination certificate, and at this apply to what IRCC residence. Now that is all about express entry and what and provincial nominee programs. There are still other ways you can come if you are 40 years of age or plus 50 years of age, and that is the Atlantic Immigration Program. You can apply to the Atlantic Immigration Program, the AIP. The AIP offers a way to permanent residence for skilled workers who plan to work and settle in one of the Canada's four acts, whether Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, or Prince Edward Island. And there is no age limit for the AIP. Unlike express entry, the AIP is not point based and you do not receive more or less points for being a certain age or being of a certain age. To qualify, however, you must obtain it from a designated employer, and that's where it is always difficult for many people, especially getting a designated employer in an Atlantic province. And the employer must have the job offer endorsed by the province. No employer can just give you any job anyhow. They must endorse that job. If they don't endorse the job, bad job offer, you cannot use it for the immigration process. You understand? So you must also meet certain eligibility requirements to be considered for the job offer, including having a 1 year post-secondary certificate or credential minimum for NOC Tier 0 or 1 occupations, or a higher school diploma for NOC Tier 2, 3, or 4 occupations. Number two, having at least 1 year of work experience in the last 5 years falling under any of the Tier 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 occupations. Tier 5 occupations do not qualify. You understand? And you have to meet which benchmark, CLB, level 5 for Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 occupations, or a CLB for 4 occupations. And you have to, of course, demonstrate that you have enough settlement funds, which is known as proof of funds, based on the size of your family. And as they say, you do not need to meet the work experience requirements if you completed a 2 full-time post-secondary program in one of the four Atlantic provinces within 2 years of applying for PR through the AIP. So during your time as a full-time student, however, I've also lived in the Atlantic province for at least 16 months during the last 2 years before graduating. And if you meet the requirements listed above and have obtained a job offer and have it endorsed by the province, which is the responsibility of your employer, you must get a settlement plan and also apply to IRCC for permanent residency through the Atlantic Immigration Program. Basically, the AIP applicants, they can also know as the work permit, which can be issued for up to 2 years, allowing them to have authorization to work in Canada while their permanent residency application is being processed, right? So some provinces have established occupation and or sector-based eligibility criteria for their AIP endorsement. So for example, Prince Edward Island is only accepting applications for individuals working in either the healthcare sector or the construction sector or the manufacturing sector. And Nova Scotia is another province that is not presently considering those in certain sectors, but such as the accommodation sector and the food service sector. So look at other federal pilot programs. We have talked about the Atlantic Immigration Program. I've talked about the Express Entry and Provincial Nominee Program. The federal pilot programs. There are several pilot programs in Canada which permanent residency for those who fulfill eligibility requirements. And being over the age of 40 does not adversely affect one's chances of success. So such pilots can include the Rural Community Immigration Pilot, RCIP, the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot, FCIP, the Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot, which is the Child Care, HCWPCC, and the Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot, which is the Home Support, which is HCWPHS. So the Rural Community Immigration Pilot, the RCIP, it is a pathway to permanent residency for those who offer from a designated employer and who wish to settle within one of the 14 designated rural communities in Canada. So beyond the above, to qualify for this pilot, you also must meet certain eligibility criteria, such as your language proficiency, your education, your um, settlement funds, and you must even also have a certificate of recommendation from Economic Development Organization. And of course, the table shows the features of the 14 communities that will be participating in this pilot program. You understand? Carlsum in Alberta, communities like West Courtney in British Columbia, North Okanagan, Shuswap in British Columbia, Peace Laird in British Columbia, North Bay in Ontario, Sudbury in Ontario, Timmins in Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Thunder Bay in Ontario, Stenbach in Manitoba, Altoona Land in Manitoba, Brandon in Manitoba, Pictou County in Nova Scotia, Moose Jaw in Saskatchewan. All these are provinces that are participating in rural community pilot immigration pilots. Now we also have the Francophone community immigration pilot, and this one it is to help you if you are able to obtain permanent residency through the FCIP. If you are able to demonstrate that you have intermediate French language proficiency, LC level 5, and you plan to settle outside Quebec, and you have an employment offer for a priority occupation from a designated employer in one of the 6 communities. And additionally, you must meet also all the requirements relevant to work experience, to education, to settlement funds, and having a certificate of recommendation from an economic development organization. So, of course, below are the 6 regions welcoming French language speakers with an offer of employment from its designated employer. Regions like Kelowna in British Columbia, Sudbury in Ontario, Timmins in Ontario, Superior East Region in Ontario, Acadian Peninsula in New Brunswick, St. Pierre Jolies in Manitoba. All these are cities that are supporting those who want to come to Francophone community immigration pilot. Now, another program we have is the home care worker for the child care. You understand? So the home care worker pilot, it has hit their caps for it to reopen to applications in 2026. So eligible foreign nationals with a job offer from either a private household or an organization directly hiring full-time home care workers may be eligible to obtain permanent residency through care worker immigration pilot child care HCW PCC. And for the HCW PCC pilot, it features 2 intakes, including the workers in Canada stream and the applicants not working in Canada stream. So you must have at least 6 months of work experience, which aligns with the following occupations or NOC codes: home child care provider, which is NOC 44100, and or early child and assistant, which is NOC 42202. So you must also meet other criteria to qualify, such as your language proficiency, which can be CLB4, and your education. And of course, proof of funds is required for the for the applicant not working in Canada stream. So if you do not have a experience, you must have a relevant professional training credential, which must be at least 6 months in length. So the home care worker immigration pilot is another program. That one allows foreign nationals with work aligning with certain occupations or NOC codes to be eligible for permanent residency through this home care worker immigration pilot, home support, the HCWPHS. And just unlike the child care, there are 2 intake streams for this pilot as well. And you must have a job offer from either a private household or an organization directly hiring full-time home care workers. So you must also have work experience in aligning with occupations or NOC below, or the required training if not. So home support workers, caregivers, and related occupations with NOC 44101, or you must be a nurse aide or orderlies and patient service associate with NOC 33102. So other eligibility requirements required is language proficiency and education credentials. which must also meet what? Must also meet in order, must also be met to qualify for this pilot. So we have talked about a lot in this program, a lot in this live session about how you can migrate to Canada when you are what? Above the age of 40. It is possible. It requires some effort. Either look for a job or some efforts to work on your language proficiency, to, you understand, learn a second language, or write some educational credential, or write somewhat examinations, some language test exams. So depending on how serious you are, you can actually get your immigration to Canada even as you are 40 years plus of age right now. So thank you so much. Do we have any questions based on everything we mentioned or everything we discussed right now? For those who would like us to work with them for their immigration, together with our partners, Kesri Immigration and Settlement Services, you can click on the link, the on our bio, which is aosglobal.org. And once you go there, you see our Travel Small Small to Canada package. You can fill the form. The form that you can fill there is free. Is the eligibility form to check how eligible you have for a particular immigration program. And if you are qualified, then we can reach out to you to actually get started with you. One of our team members, it may not be me, it may be one of our team members that will reach out to you about your immigration to Canada. So thank you so much. I hope we have been able to trash out how you can come into Canada as a permanent resident, to become a permanent resident of Canada at the age of 40 or above the age of 50. And the beauty of these programs that we mentioned is that it allows you, they all allow you to come into Canada not alone. If you have family members, you can come into Canada with your spouse. If you're a man, you can come with your wife. If you're a woman, you can come with your husband. And if you have a child, you can come with your child, or both of you have children, you can come to Canada with your children by virtue of these programs. There are no limitations on how many people you can bring. So far, they are part of your nuclear family. You understand? Man, wife, and children. So far, they are part of that composition. Even if they are adopted, you understand, you can come. Even if maybe, for example, they are step brothers or half brothers or half sisters or half children, step children, come to Canada with you. You understand, through many of these pathways. So thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget, every week we come on at least once per week. And this week, I think we have come on about 3 different days to talk about trending topics, and would always be coming on like that. So if you have any questions, you can always be asking your questions on this live session. And you can also subscribe to our channel, click on the link, follow us, do you understand, so that you would always get notified anytime we're coming on live to talk about some of these trending topics. Come to Canada regardless of your age. But how determined are you to make sure that your age doesn't be a lot to your progress abroad? That is why we are actually having this live session today and deliberating and discussing with you to happen. And if you want us to make it happen together with you, go on our website, aosglobal.org, and let's see we work together for you, your family members, and you understand, yourself, to come to Canada and to benefit from the advantage being permanent residents, you understand, in Canada. So thank you so much once again. If you don't have any questions, we would have to call it a day. Don't forget, as I said, to like, share with your friends, share with your family. More and more people learn about how they can also immigrate to Canada, even as they are 40 years and above. You understand? It's possible, doable, but how determined are you to make it happen is the question. If you are very well determined, then we can actually work together with you to make it work for you and your family members. And of course, it benefits you, especially for like French. It's not only for you to come into the country. Many of these things that we are talking about, when you come into the country, for those that are going through the job route, you could have gotten a job basically waiting for you. For those that are coming through the language proficiency route, the French language, you would have a skill that you can use to make more money than just the, what they call it, the English that a lot of people know. So if you want us to also train you on French, you understand, as I said, I'm a French coach, I can train you on it. Click on the link, the aosglobal.org. Go on our website, see the pack available, the online courses we are using to train people currently for it. Subscribe to one of them, and we can can definitely actually assist you to work on it. So touch everyone, and don't forget, we can just to join us live next time. Thank you so much, and bye for now. Au revoir.